Hey guys, it's Kathy here, coming at you from above ground today. Yeah, from my bedroom with a little backdrop here to hide all the mess. So yeah, pretty excited to be looking out a window shooting this video and not staring at a bunch of boxes. So yeah, just I finally chose an ETF. And this is just the thought process that I went through to choose one. And this is a Canadian edition because I am Canadian and I am choosing an ETF that is on the Toronto Stock that is traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get into this. Let me make myself a little smaller so that I can fit in over here. All right, so just an overview of the ETF. If you're not sure, if you haven't watched my previous video, I kind of I explained what an ETF was or is, and I'll put a link up on the video, or I will also put a link down below. So ETFs are exchange traded funds. They are a collection of stocks and bonds that can be purchased for one price. Basically, it is your invest like this fund invests in a bunch of different stocks across a bunch of different industries. So it adds diversification to your investment portfolio. It lowers your risk because if one, say the financial stocks dip for some reason and like I don't know, communication increases, like hopefully this stock will even out and your you will be no worse for wear. Basically, that's just so it kind of rides the wave of the total overall curve of the Toronto Stock Exchange. It has lower management fees because you're not using it's not a mutual fund, so you can do it yourself using an online brokerage like Wealthsimple. That's what I use, and it is passive. Meaning that you don't have to control what goes in and out of these funds. It's just these are the funds are invested in. That's what they're doing. It's the top companies of the certain industries. So it's hopefully a fairly safe bet. That's kind of what the point is, to hedge your bet a little safer and just lower management fees really get me because mutual fund you need an advisor for your mutual fund and that could or a broker and that could run you like 2% of your investment, whereas if you do it yourself through an online brokerage it might be like 0.25% or less, right? So it's quite a significant difference. And I highly recommend Wealthsimple. That's what I've used so far with my like 2 purchases that I've done, but I like it so far. It's pretty user friendly. Warren Buffett has recommended index funds to individuals for years, alluding to the sensibility for retail investors who aren't professionals like me to get exposure to such high quality companies for such low fees. So that's why you get like these top companies and you're not paying top company dollar for them. So that's what I like about ETFs. So what research did I do in order to determine which ETF I wanted to invest in? Well, I went to my sources because I'm not a professional. I am new to this. I'm very much learning, and I need help basically. So I go to the Motley Fool is usually my go-to, the fool.ca, and I also watch YouTube videos. And someone who I've recently come across is Griffin Milks. He's Canadian as well, so he really concentrates on the Canadian stocks, but he does others too. But I really like his format. It's really straightforward, to the point, and really good. He seems like he knows what he's talking about. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to cough into your hands, but I was trying to block the sound, so I'll wash them later, don't worry. There was one stock that was mentioned by both the Fool and Griffin, and that is the one that I invested in because it's the stock that they both mentioned that was good to invest in, and so I tend to agree with them.
I'm fine. It didn't hurt that much.
Just shooting a video, guys. Just shooting a video. So they were outside when I started, but no longer. But anyways, so the stock that I wanted to invest in, I figured out by by reading articles and watching videos. So then after that, I delved deeper into the Motley Fool articles and Griffin Milk's videos to find out more about that specific ETF. And also went to the website of the, which I didn't mention there, but I went to the website of the stock that I chose just to get the particulars. But honestly, in Griffin Milk's video, he did the same thing and I got the same information from it. So which ETF did I pick? Well, it is the iShares S&P TSX 60 Index ETF, which on the Toronto Stock Exchange is exchanged as XIU. Holy, it's a mouthful. None of these ETFs have I found been very easy to say. So, and just a little bit about this stock. It was managed by BlackRock. It is $22.58 per share. Now, I originally said that I wanted to pick a stock that was $10 or less, but that doesn't exist for ETFs. And if it does, they're probably not very good. So I just scrapped that idea and went for the next. Like, this is still relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things. So what does this do? It offers major diversification because it's sorry, I have another visitor here. Because it is invested in the 60 top companies of the TSX, so it has lots of diversification. It seeks long-term growth by replicating the performance of the TSX 60 index. It tracks the stocks of the 60 largest companies, so therefore it is exposed to the largest companies in Canada. So it's a fairly safe bet. Its average annualized return is about 7.2%. It's invested heavily in Canadian banks. Its management fee is 0.15%, and it has a quarterly distribution yield or dividend of 3.47%, which I didn't even invest in it. Didn't know it was even a dividend fund until later, after I'd already decided on it and then delved a little deeper. So that's just an added bonus to get a quarterly check from this dividend. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. I know it was a quick one, but that was just a thought process. Since I'm not an expert, I just sought out people that were and kind of made my choice by that, just by researching, and everything seemed to add up with this stock, so that's what I'm going to invest in. All right, so if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them, or at least point you in the right direction. So as always, stay positive, work hard, and wash your hands. I say bye.
Bye.